Hey everyone, and welcome back to GregTech and New Horizons. You can probably see nothing, but you're about to witness something amazing. Okay, maybe not. I thought it would. Oh, there we go. Slowly lighting up. Yes, now we can witness it. We need a lot more wood since we've been running out of wood near the steam boiler. Not really running out of it in the way of making steam because we're currently not making any steam. But we processed all of the wood into charcoal, so we need to get some more. Probably the most important item for me currently are conveyor modules, and those need, firstly, they need rubber sheets. In particular, we can produce rubber and that pretty easily with this machine. However, it is more efficient in a chemical reactor, which we might look into next, but I'm not too sure. I don't feel comfortable with it yet. We also need electrical motors, which need this stuff, and what we currently can't really do is this, which needs a magnetizer, I believe. Electromagnetic polarizer. Very fancy word. So we might get that one, even though I have so much redstone that I'm really not too bothered wasting a little bit on these. So we might not actually get that machine since I don't think it's too useful, even though it saves some redstone. But it would probably be a good idea to get the chemical reactor right about now. Well, I'm aware that the basic lathe is a lot more efficient than doing this and I would get some materials back, but it's around 50 times slower as well. You saw that took around 1 second and maybe 2 iron or so. I think around 3 with my current methods. And this right here has been running for a few minutes and goes at around this speed. Lightning fast, so I'd rather process my rods like I just did there with my file. Well, guess where we are. Whatever we were doing, I don't even remember. We're doing something else now. I need garnerite because I really need an electronic blast furnace right about now, as I'm starting to realize that I'm going to use up more and more steel. And I couldn't continue with my electronic blast furnace since I ran out of nickel. And now I found garnerite, which basically is nickel in the twilight. Was looking for it for quite a little bit, as you can see right here, but found it rather soon, which is really good to see. So I'm going to harvest all of that and see what else I can find in here. I have no idea what other stuff is in here. Cobaltite. Everything in here sounds very interesting. That's something I've noticed. And we're done. It's looking very dark, very watery. These roots are very annoying as well, and the dirt is too, but not as annoying. The roots were really my main problem, and there were caves around here, which also wasn't pleasant. We got this amount of stuff, so I actually found quite a lot of nickel ore, the garnerite, then the pantolite, let's just go with that, and a little bit more garnerite in this backpack, but that should be way more than we need for our blast furnace. Going to be jumping back and forth a little bit since we can now craft some LV machine hulls as well, and actually need those for crafting, so let's leave them here. Those are mostly for the combustion generators since I currently can't hook up the basic chemical reactor since it requires a little bit too much power. I'm also obviously processing the nickel right down here, but we got quite a bit of stuff to process, as you can probably tell from here, so a macerator is probably very high on the list to make in an electric form. And now that I have diamonds and the LV machine hulls, that should maybe be something I attend to right now. Oh my goodness. Is that any faster than the other one? I think it is, right? It seems faster. It seems like lightning speed compared to the other macerator. Well, let's maybe quickly go over or under there and compare quickly because I don't really know the speed. Maybe it's the exact same speed now that I look at it. Maybe a little bit slower actually. Or maybe the exact same. It might very well be the exact same. I, for whatever reason, expected a huge speed increase. But yeah, that's pretty much the same. So, well, we at least got 2 now, so twice the processing power. But this is still going to be taking quite some time. So let's do something else in the meantime. How many combustion generators do we actually need? Voltage out is 32, so we theoretically only should need 1 for the chemical reactor, right? That's how that works. I could make a few more, I prepared a few more, but I don't want to have too many and not use them at all because that would just be a waste of resources, which I've been wasting plenty of so far, so We're going to stop that right there. Let's have it, I thought of having it right here. It's pretty loud here, I'm aware. And we're going to probably have the cabling in this spot. So the combustion generator is going to go right there. And then the chemical reactor maybe just here. And then going into a fluid former extractor. The thing that can make rubber bars out of my rubber fluid that I will create right here. Just gotta hook it up with some power. And then with some liquids as well. Hooked everything up. I was talking about a fluid solidifier, I believe. Let's try it out though. Let's give it a try finally. I'm not too sure. Okay, that updated request. Maybe this works? I'm not too sure. I played with these in GregTech 147, but I made methane with them, which was entirely useless. The only reason why I made it was to generate a little bit of power from the rotten flesh that I got from a pigment farm. So I didn't really use them too efficiently or as a main part of my base. It was more like a fun project, so I don't really know how to work with them currently. But let's see. Do we get any items? No, we only get the molten rubber. Then we definitely need a fluid solidifier, and also, most likely, another one of the basic combustion generators. Made a fluid solidifier, and let's hook it up like this, maybe? And turn fluid output, I realize that this exists, on to on. And watch as nothing happens. Why is nothing happening? I thought that would work. Maybe clicking on the machine. I have no idea why it's not working. Let me maybe get a pump still. I have no idea how this is working. Oh, or I have another idea. Let's actually move it on top of here. And then try it again. Please? That's what I thought would work. Fluid output? No. Okay, let's try this now. Oh, that seems to be going, right? Yes, it's definitely going. So let's quickly steal, maybe not that. I think I got an ingot cast in my other chests. Here we go, and let's put that in there. It should have power, it should have no, it doesn't have power, wait a second. I didn't hook it up to fluid right down here, which I still need to do. I don't have a lot of large pipes anymore, so I use the smaller ones down here. Oh no, I left my wrench somewhere else, but I think this is going to work, and I'm probably going to produce quite a bit of it. Oh my goodness, this is extremely fast, look at that! And it's not using up too much either. I can calculate how much sulfur and rubber I put in here. I think it was around a stack. And then we're going to see how much rubber bars we actually get out of it. But it's quite a lot. This chemical reactor and fluid solidifier is insane. Look at all of the rubber stuff I have right now. I am very satisfied. Now I can make more conveyor belts and actually automate the entire thing. It would also be a good idea to get an automatic tree tap, since I've been breaking mine quite a bit, as you can probably tell. I've been crafting some new ones, but I'm also running out of these very slowly. And that should be everything automated. I already hooked up a little bit of wiring down here, so this should... oh my goodness, it's not working. Why no work? Please work. I thought that would work. Maybe not. But I can actually move that to the side. Please? Okay, that scared me for a second. I can actually move that to the side over here and see if that then works, because I have no idea when these work, because sometimes they just work and other times they seemingly don't. I don't know why, I don't know when they do work or why they don't work, but I'm just clicking around. So let's see if that works now. Actually have to put them in the chest again. And then wait around 20 seconds to see if that works. But yes, that actually works. Good. That will go into the fluid pipe, into my fluid solidifier, and then into an ingot mold. If I need plates, I'm also going to change that out with the plate mold over here. And that should be really good for my rubber production, and it also looks really cool in that corner over there. Let's play a round of good news, bad news. Good news, everyone. I got rid of all of the conveyor modules that I had on the output right here. Bad news, I'm going to be blasted for around a week that I should have done that before, because I didn't read the comments of last episode, so I didn't know how this was working. But the way it works, here's the clue, guys. I know you all know it, I'm the only person who doesn't, but you actually have to turn this to the side of the cable and then activate the item auto output or the item fluid output. What is it? Fluid audio output. Very difficult to say. And then it actually works, believe it or not. I thought that was the spot for power, but I can actually put in power everywhere. That's the wrong tool. I'm clicking like a madman right here. And I can put in power everywhere, and I think it's just the front face of the machine that I cannot interact with. But look at this. Look at this. It's looking awesome now, and very unique, or not unique, structured, and all the same, and not just a mess everywhere. Then I also changed up this thing over here. I firstly added in a hopper for the sulfur, since the item pipe right down there would be filled up with sulfur if I put both ingredients in here. So I made a hopper for the sulfur and then a chest for all of the rubber. Then we have our chemical reactor. I replaced some stuff, so we now have a bronze fluid pipe, and we have this space, which I really like. It goes down a little bit of a step, and then we have the pipe going above here that goes into the fluid solidifier that we had already, and also a assembler over here, which is supplied with rubber, and that can now make tin cables very cheaply. We're also going to probably funnel this in one more machine, and also hook up a machine that is able to fluidize our rubber bars or rubber sheets if we need more rubber, for example, in our assembler. I remember why I didn't want to work at this before. We have done quite a bit, or rather I have done quite a bit. I have 4 more trees to go, but this has taken, I think, almost 2 hours. No, maybe 1.5 hours. I took around half an hour down here as well to set all of that up, but yeah, 1.5 hours for these few trees. They're all facing in the right direction, and we just have 4 more to go. But it's not fun. It's really not fun. But it is luckily done now. I'm currently just getting a little more decoration going, and this is what I thought. It's looking okay. It's not too amazing. I thought it would be looking a little bit more impressive. It might not be looking as impressive to me as it might do to you. Yes, that was correct English. Because I built it and you just, bam, you just saw it. But yeah, it's looking decent for sure. I really like it. Maybe we have to connect this up to this building, but I like not doing that and just having the mountain here. Maybe we just need some leaves at this mountain, some grass, and some other stuff. I don't know. Well, it looks nicer. But now we can actually tend to the underground area right here, and maybe potentially even take down the area back here, even though I think I'm going to keep it for quite some time, since that just means way more sticker resin. This is quite a lot of rubber in here, and that's going to equal even more rubber dust, which is already in here, which is going to equal even more rubber sheets that are in here. So we have a lot of rubber. This was my biggest concern when entering the LVH, not having enough rubber, and now we are very good on rubber, so we can attend to other things now. One thing we should quickly check on is something. Oh, we can't actually reach that. Do I have blocks in my inventory? Nope, I don't, because I cleaned out my inventory. Yes, this is what I call a clean inventory. You don't want to see it when it's filled, or unclean. Can I please get? Thanks. Just needed a few blocks to stack up. That is a little bit weird. Whatever, let's just ignore that and stack up here, because I already made a... Oh, that is pretty much... No, it has still some space left. I made a drawer for my charcoal in order to build it back up. But I think it would be a good idea to have that somewhere visible for the outside. So when I'm on the outside, I can see, oh, we're running low on charcoal, or we're filled up with charcoal, so we're running low on the creosote. Which both would be bad, so I have to kind of find a balancing act. And this is still filled up with creosote oil. Luckily, the coke ovens, however, are still working, or are working again, luckily. And we can soon fire up our steam boiler, therefore. I really shouldn't be showing you this. This is awful. This is terrible wiring. I'm so terrible at GregTech wiring. But let's take this, let's take this. Oh my goodness, why was there so much charcoal in there? Well, I'm going to take care of that in a minute or so, or just let it despawn because I'm lazy. But we're going to have this wire connect up to the top of the drawer right here, which we can't really access since this is GregTech wiring. And then we're going to have another wire. Oh my goodness, I'm stacking up with the wood. Oh, it's terrible. It's so terrible. Going to connect that up to here. And that is how we're going to get the items back into the steam boiler. Now let me pick up all of the charcoal. I actually picked all of the charcoal back up and put it in a drawer, but the drawer is now behind the house, so probably just going to forget about it. Let's click that and we should get charcoal in our steam boiler now. And let's just cover this up quickly, and one more block here, and we never have to see it again. Besides the charcoal, we can actually see that here now, which is really useful to have, because then I know if this is empty, we have kind of a big problem then. So that is good to know, and here we go. So that is going to take quite some time, but while that is seating up, I actually got to move all of the steam turbines from there to here. Because right now we're constantly relying on the iron tank, creosote oil, what are they called? Combustion generators. Yes, I know what they're called, now that I looked it up. Move these steam turbines over, and it's now looking like this. Not much different. I also built this line right here. Amazing, I know. And now it's just onto hooking it back up, which should be rather simple. We just take this, take a few 4x4 pipes, and stuff them in here. And that should be everything. Does it only fill up to 16? Probably not. I would think 64, right? But yeah, we're going to use a bunch of it up to get some of these thick pipes, which we're going to need in order to hook it back up to up there, because those are rather expensive. Or at least were rather expensive. I actually used to hate these noises because I constantly had to interact with the machines, do something, go over here, go over there, and run around. And now that it's all automatic, I can really just enjoy the soothing sound. Or I might just be going crazy, I'm not too sure. However, we got more stuff to do and a few more machines to set up. One of the next things I want to do is get proper ore processing going. And for that, we would need some sort of electronic furnace, which I haven't actually crafted. But there might be a quest somewhere in this quest book. As per usual, we're going to be jumping around though. The blast furnace is still a thing I want to attend to, and I couldn't because I didn't have nickel. And it took me quite some time to process this nickel. If you can recall at the beginning of the episode, I actually mined it. And it's now the end of the episode where I can actually process it into cupro nickel. The stuff that we need for the electronic blast furnace. So a ore processing unit would definitely be very helpful since this took quite some time. But then we should have quite some stuff. I don't know, where is it? Multi-block golds and EBF. There we go, let's skip a little bit. Yeah, then we need these. That should then be relatively simple, and then we have it already. At least, mostly. I still have to figure out how it works because I have no idea how that works. How difficult are these? Oh no, please don't. Molten tin in an assembler. I think we can do that. I think we should be able to do that. We need another assembler though. So probably a lot more crafting. Oh, and one very important thing. If you know a way of getting wrought iron really easily in very few steps, that would be extremely helpful because I currently haven't found a better way than just smelting iron into iron nuggets, smelting that into wrought iron nuggets, and smelting or compressing that into wrought iron ingots. Because that is not very fun. So if you know a better way, then please tell me. Oopsie daisy, I think I'm making way too much cupro nickel. I hope I can use this for stuff. Where's my U button? Are you the U button? Yes, you are. So how good is this stuff? Like, this. It's level 1. I think it's pretty terrible, actually. So, let's maybe get at least the stuff in the hoppers back. And let's take around that back and that back. Because I think I'm making way too much. That should be enough for the EBF, I believe. Actually, it might already be way more than enough if this makes 4, which I don't know. But I'll figure it out. Probably going to take even more of this back because that's a lot of copper and the nickel really isn't too hard to get anymore. In comparison to the EBF and everything else that I've been crafting today, this is really a pushover. So simple to craft, I had all the ingredients ready, and with my new automation, it was not difficult at all. It's still out down there because I'm currently using the forge hammer. Well, I actually have one over here. Why am I using that one down there then? Well, not really adjusted to this yet, but I'm going to be adding the furnace down here probably, then there's space for another machine, and around 5 more machines in general is where we have space over here, and I think the ore processing area is going to be right here. But I would say that this is it for the episode. We got a lot done. I'm very, very satisfied with the results. It should be really easy from here on out to get materials and get my crafting done. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to see you next time.